Welcome to SIIA Tech Chats. I'm Rihanna Collier, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Jagan Reddy, CEO of Leo. Now, Leo provides revenue recognition automation software. Jagan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Jagan. Pleasure.
I think we have to start by talking about the new RevRec rules. What advice can you give companies who haven't started or who are struggling with the transition to ASC 606? I mean, I know a lot of companies have not even begun the transition.
The best advice I can tell you is get started, which is very, very important. Already there's been 1 year delay provided because companies were not ready to start, and now they're not going to delay. We're not hearing from anyone that there's going to be any more. So the best advice is you need to start right now. And depending on the size of the company, what is your complex process, you may not have enough time to get through the we are working with several customers. I can say a lot of customers who already, and there are some customers who are already halfway through the implementation right now. And they are facing a lot of challenges. They have a lot of issues going through their assessment, getting their policies ready. And when they are in the policies, in the assessment or in the implementation phase, they have to go back and redo their policies because their initial decisions were not good. So if you have to go through this process, you have a lot of time to get through in a right way. Otherwise, you're going to rush through something, you're going to adopt something that may not be right, and then you're going to change after that. It's going to create a lot of issues. So the best thing is to get started, talk to your auditors, get your assessment done. Automation comes in the later part of the process. You don't need to hurry up in doing the automation. Even that's not our focus to begin with. Make sure you understand your process, you understand your policies. You need to understand how it's going to impact your business process, how you sell to your customers your products, how you bundle your products, how do you price your products, how it's going to impact your tax. There are so many different things you need to ensure that everything is aligned very well with the policies you're adopting. And this is also going to impact your upstream other departments. You need to ensure you have enough time to make all this.
That's good advice. I do want to talk a little bit about automation, though. I mean, we realize that, the ease and the effectiveness of automation across the various departments within our organization. Why is it even more important to finance and revenue recognition in the wake of ASC 606? I mean, you said it can come later, but it's certainly an important thing to be considering.
From an automation perspective, is that the question?
Yes.
Automation is super important for you to make sure that you can adopt this in a timely manner and you can report revenue in a timely manner. If you're going to adopt all these rules and trying to do everything manual, you may not have enough time to do all your revenue recognition and get your financial statement ready for your revenue reporting to this market if you're a public. If you're a private, once again, it impacts your timeliness to get ready with all the information, whether you're going for an IPO or you're going for raising some capital outside, or even you're merging with other companies. People will expect you to have your financial statements under the new guidance because that's what they're going to follow. But from a RevRec automation perspective, there is much more complexities before you get to the automation. We are seeing more and more customers, they don't have enough upstream process to support the automation. So you have to start early, and we are guiding most of the customers who are talking to us with what you need to do upfront to make sure this automation kicks in. And as part of 606, you have two different adoption methods you need to do. One is a retrospective, and other one is a retrospective. So depending on the method you choose, on both methods, you still have to go back and recast your historical transaction. Depending on which method you select, you may have the amount of transaction that you need to recast can vary between different methods, but you still have to go and recast under both options. This is going to consume a lot of time, create a lot of confusion. You have your regular RevRec team doing your current process. You also need to put them under recasting and doing the new policies, it's going to create a lot of burden with the team. So that's where most of the leaders in the market are clearly saying this is going to be a trouble if they don't get ready on time, and they are moving very fast with an automation right now.
What are some of the implications or costs of companies that say ignore the new RevRec standards?
It's huge. When Y2K came in, everybody was panicked. So sorry, I'm good day. When SOX came in, everybody was panicked. There was a lot of controls need to be put in place, and the rules and laws were very strict that if you don't adopt the SOX controls, uh, you can even go to jail. The CFOs can be even put under jail if you don't have proper controls and people mess up with the systems and the data and everything. This is much more serious than a SOX. This RevRec is the most important item on your financial statement, and you can get that wrong, and you need to follow and the guidance that is set out. This is not an optional thing; it's a mandatory thing that you. If somebody takes it very light and they don't follow the policies, you're going to end up seeing a lot of restatements in the future. I'll be surprised even how companies will get through the audits, because if they're not doing right, we don't know how the audits will sign up something very quickly. So those are the biggest implications that you're going to have. And we kind of expect, given how customers are doing this, the first 1 or 2 quarters that you will be seeing companies, if they're not done with everything, you're going to see delays in reporting to the market.
So we need to get started. Well, finally, Jagan, I just want to talk a little bit about the overall role of finance today. It certainly has changed over the years. How do you think the role of finance, and specifically the CFO, has changed in this digital era that we live in today?
It's a great question, and that's where we live in, and how we bring benefit to our CFO organization. Um, the way I look at the businesses have become very competitive. The businesses have changed how they deliver their products, how they price their products, how they bundle their products. Everything has changed given the digital era and how you can automate things and all of that. So a subscription is a great example, how you deliver it, how you price it, how you compete in the market. So with this change coming out in the competitive landscape, the CFOs are constantly asked to look at how to run the business with high margin and profitability. How do we deliver all this, but still how do I be highly profitable? How can I deliver good margin? And how can I forecast my revenue? How much visibility do I have in the future revenue? Historically, if you see, like, especially the software companies, when they deliver perpetual license, it was very hard for them to forecast. But now with subscriptions coming in, not just the software industry, we are seeing subscriptions coming in consumer goods, like Dollar Shave Club, a great example. Goes in a subscription, you have greater visibility into your revenue. And we are seeing more and more companies changing their delivery method, how they price and everything. So CFOs are pressured more with how do I forecast revenue? How do I forecast my growth model in the companies? So to be more effective and in these processes, the CFOs are looking for information much ahead of what's happening in their business. They want to see everything upfront. They want to see the information right away to make decisions very quickly. If you really look into the most successful companies today, they make decisions very quickly. Whether it's right or wrong, it's a second. Making the decisions quickly, allowing them to stay ahead in the market. And you can make only decisions quickly if you have the information right in the hand. And given the space within RevRec today, most of the CFOs want to understand how is their revenue looking every minute. They really want the real-time information. And historically, so I'm going to talk a little bit about little bit of how Leo is helping in the RevRec space. Will that help? I'm just
Yeah, absolutely.
So historically, if you look at the ERPs, they provide RevRec solutions or other solutions. They provide RevRec functionality, but most of the companies, I can quote them, like 99% of the companies on this planet use spreadsheet. It's very, very small percentage of companies really use ERP functionality, or they build some custom solutions. Most of them love spreadsheet because it's only one reason. Either they need 100% automation or they're just happy to live with spreadsheet. And this is where Leo was formed back in 2009 when we formed as a company. Our vision was automate the maximum possible in the RevRec space. If you do not automate, then people will go back into spreadsheet. So most of our customers, we go in, we try to automate maximum, and that's one of the reasons why people really love our software. Otherwise, they're going to do partial in the ERP and then partial in a spreadsheet. It doesn't make sense. It's too much work for people to do that. And by automating the maximum, you start giving information to the CFO organization in real time and a very accurate information. We not only do automation of the operational side of accounting, we also automate revenue forecasting. We add value to the revenue team. The role of the revenue users completely change after implementing our software.
Thank you, Jagan, so much for your insights today. I think that's been very helpful for our audience. For more information on Leo and SIIA, please visit our websites and stay tuned for next week's Tech Chat.
Thank you. I just want to add a few more. You can, it's up to you.
Go ahead.
Just thought I'll provide a few more information. One of the biggest benefit that we have seen, just want to conclude with this information. When we started as a perpetual company, when people were not confident enough to put their revenue data on the cloud, and we have seen in the last 2 to 3 years, as the cloud is emerging and there's a lot of security around cloud infrastructure, our customers are very happy to put their RevRec and on all this critical information on our cloud. So as a company, our cloud services is growing very high and people are very happy to adopt the cloud. And also from a growth perspective, we are a company achieving almost 70% annual growth, and being in the subscription market, providing the SaaS product, it's helping our customers automate very quickly and see the benefit very quickly.
Well, Jagan, thank you so much for that, and thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. Again, for more information on Leo, I encourage you to visit their website, and we'll see you all next week.